This is Chris Taylor Brown from Trap, and you are listening to Metal Meme Mix.
What's going on, everyone? Today I'm joined here by someone I would consider a legend from the scene because, I mean, the band has been there forever, man.
Right on, man.
Chris Taylor Brown, welcome to our channel. It's very, like I said before, very nice to meet you.
Right on. Nice to have you, or nice to be here. Yeah.
Amazing. So I see this is the first time you guys come to Mexico, am I right?
Yep, it's gonna first time we're ever in playing in Mexico at all. So it's gonna be great that it's the first show is gonna be in Mexico City. We've had a lot of Mexican fans come to our shows in the States. You know, when we play in the South, you know, in Texas or in Arizona. We've just done a lot of shows and had a lot of Mexican fans say, "Hey, you got a lot of fans in Mexico. You got to come play." We played at Eagle Pass a couple times last year and the year before, and obviously a lot of people that came up from Mexico for that show. So we've been wanting to get over to Mexico City. My mom's side of my family is from Guadalajara, my mom was born in San Jose, California, in the States, but her mom, my grandma, she came to the United States when she was 5. So, a long time ago, but still has a lot of family in Guadalajara. And so it's going to be cool to just be in Mexico City and close to where, my mom's family grew up, or came from.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's really nice. So are you going to meet with some of these people from your family?
Yeah, I mean, we might. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who can come out. But it would be cool if a few of them came out to the show.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Oh, that's great. And well, I said before that the band has been there forever. Like you guys have a lot of trajectory. So I wanted to ask you, like, what's like a big difference between the scene on the early 2000s to what you see today? I mean, technology has grown a lot, like the cell phones and all of the social media and video platforms and stuff like this, you know? But I don't know, maybe there's something else that you would be like, oh, this is also something very different from what we used to see on these early days.
I think the biggest thing is that you make new music that you like as a band, and you don't really get to know what your fans think about it until you put it out there. You get it on the radio, But now, you can your fans can hear you, as you're recording your new music, or if you just come up with an idea, you can like say, "Hey, what do you think about this?" On Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or YouTube, and you can get a good feel about like what people might like or what they might not like. So, it's just you just get a lot. It's just faster to get an idea of what might be good and what might be okay, and that's the biggest difference I think from the 2000s to the 2010s and now the 2020s. Is just how quickly you can make a connection with your new music just before you even really record the song, or so that's the coolest part, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're very, very right. Yeah, on these times it's very easy. Like maybe you can go viral one day and then you can like be forgotten in the next week, you know, because
Yeah,
there's so many things going on.
yeah.
So that, yeah, that's something that's a little bit crazy.
Well, the 2000s, I mean, it was, I think the radio, there wasn't so much internet back in the 2000s. So it was
Yeah.
a lot really about the radio and MTV and MTV2, so that definitely is something that got us a lot of fans, and we were able to make a connection with a lot of people that way. But now it's like they find you again, and so that's what's the cool thing about the internet and these streaming apps and the social media apps is just like, people that discovered you in the 2000s, they rediscover you in the 2020s. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's nice. And actually, I was going to say that I like your music very much, like from the beginning and also the last album I was listening
Right
to,
on.
and it's really good. Like I like it
Thanks.
very much.
Thank you.
So that's why I wanted to ask this question because I know that more than 20 years make a big difference, you know.
Yeah, definitely
And
does.
yeah, yeah. Also, I wanted to ask you, I've interviewed bands from California before. I know the band was born in California.
Yeah.
So California, it's a very related place to Mexico, you know. So I
Oh
wanted
yeah.
to ask you if there's anything from the Mexican food that you like.
Oh, my grandma and my mom make amazing Mexican food, you know. So anytime that I live in Ohio now, but anytime we get to go back and hang out with my mom or my grandma, it's just like, I grew up with this like Mexican food, and it's just it's always just the best thing ever, It's the best food in my opinion. So I can't wait to try the food in Mexico City. That's I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, the tacos, man. I always say it, but I'll always repeat this. The tacos, it's a must.
I'm sure I just that's I think one of the most I'm looking forward to the most is because I grew up with my mom's side being a Mexican family, and just that food being everywhere all the time. When I was growing up, it's gonna be cool to actually eat it from the source.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah,
Oh man, yeah. I hope you eat some really good tacos or anything else, you know. A lot of bands because I sometimes I ask food questions on this program because
yeah,
and I don't know, I love food and I know people come from other places and they enjoy the Mexican food. As you said, like maybe it's one of the best in the world.
yeah.
And that's why I ask this kind of food questions because I'm always intrigued. And a lot of people have said they love chilaquiles here in Mexico. I don't know if you have tried this before.
Say what more time?
Chilaquiles.
No, chilaquiles. I don't know if I've tried that yet. I mean, I might have, but I just didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it's
So
like fried tortillas with eggs and cheese and stuff like this.
that
And a lot
sounds
of
so
people,
good. Awesome. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
yeah, yeah, you should
So
try it.
what
You
is
should
it?
try
Is it
those
like
ones.
is that like a flour tortilla or corn?
It's a corn tortilla,
Yeah.
like fried a little bit
Yeah.
in maybe I don't know, it can be butter or something like this. And then when it's like crunchy, you can put like onions and eggs and cheese and salsa and all kinds of stuff. So it's
Oh
really, really
man,
nice.
that sounds so and beans in there and rice.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Just throw it all
You
in
can
there.
add whatever you want. Yeah. Yeah, just throw in there
Throw everything in
bacon
there.
or whatever, you know. Oh man.
Potatoes.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Love it.
So I have just a couple more questions for you
Yeah.
before I let you go. So what are you expecting from the fans in Mexico? You know, Mexico, it's really big in this fan thing because these people are crazy and they are like they love to give their energy to the bands on the stage. So what are you expecting from these crazy
Well,
people?
I've seen the DVD that Rage Against the Machine made, Rage Against the Machine in Mexico City, and that looks awesome.
Oh yeah.
So I can only imagine, it's like, it's like I think a couple thousand people just going crazy, and so I feel like we're gonna have that kind of energy at this show, and we have thousands of fans in Mexico City, and I hope all of them come Saturday, February 1st at Fuck Off Room. But I think we're gonna know the top 16, 17 songs that they want to hear. We've been putting our research in, figuring out what they're gonna want to hear, and I think that we're gonna be playing. Everybody that comes is gonna know every song. Be singing every word back to us, and I know the energy level is gonna be just off the hook. People are gonna be jumping up and down and moving and singing their hearts out. So I can't wait for it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. They will be doing all of those things and more, I
Definitely.
think. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man. So this is my last question, and this is a question I always ask, and I bet because the band it's very legendary. I think you might have a very funny answer to this one.
Okay.
So, what's the craziest or most bizarre thing that has happened to you on the rock and roll road? Like
Uh,
it
yeah, I
can
have a good one.
be. Oh yeah.
So we were playing, I think, in like Charleston, South Carolina, and we were playing, and this woman like tried to run on stage, right? And like she came from the side, like when I was looking out in the crowd to my right, came off like somehow she got on the side of the stage and then started running towards me, like to try to hug me, and I kind of like moved back or moved away, and then she decided she was gonna stage dive into the crowd.
Oh.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna tackle me. And then she decided, yeah, to stage dive, and she jumped in the crowd, and she's a pretty big woman, you know. So she just went in there and everybody just parted
Oh
to the
no.
side and she just face planted right on the
Oh.
ground. But she got up right away and didn't
Yeah.
even phase her. She had probably knocked back a few drinks before she did that. So I don't
Oh
think she
no.
felt too much pain. It didn't seem like it, but I mean, everybody was laughing for so long after that. I mean, even the crowd was laughing and she was laughing. So it was a pretty memorable experience. I got to say that was the one right there.
Man, I've seen a lot of videos of those videos of people that jump in the crowd and the crowd disappears and they hit the floor.
No, because
Oh.
nobody wants to get, you know, it's maybe it's like small people that can do that, but it's like, if you get some size to you, nobody wants to be the only one that catches you and
Yeah, I
gets,
agree.
tackled. And so, yeah, I think most of the time, like, yeah, you have to have like a crowd that's like just so they can't even move out of the way, if you're gonna
Yeah.
do that. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. They enough people moved where she just fell right on her face.
Well, at least she was okay.
Yeah, she was okay.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Chris, thank you so very much for your time. I had a
Right.
blast talking to you. Anything else you want to say to the fans before you come to Mexico?
Just that we can't wait to meet you all, and we can't wait to just like play for you and hear you all sing. And then after the show, we want to meet everybody at the show. Take pics, sign autographs, or whatever. But mostly just talk and hang out, and party during the show, party after the show.
Oh, amazing. So, Chris, Taylor Brown from Trapped, everybody, don't miss them in Mexico City and go and rock with them.
February 1st, Saturday, Buck Off Room.